In a moment that left the audience stunned and roaring with laughter, Hollywood legend Harrison Ford publicly shut down Prince Harry's attempt to be introduced as His Royal Highness during his appearance on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon. What was meant to be a casual and entertaining interview quickly turned tense and awkward, as Ford, known for his gruff, no-nonsense attitude, refused to entertain Harry's attempt to cling to his royal title. The incident, which has now gone viral, is being hailed as one of the most brutally hilarious rejections in late-night TV history. The chaos began when Jimmy Fallon, always one to set a light-hearted tone, welcomed Prince Harry onto the stage, saying, "Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Prince Harry." However, as Harry walked onto the stage, he subtly corrected Fallon with a forced chuckle, leaning into the microphone and saying, "Actually, it's His Royal Highness Prince Harry, if we're being proper about it." The audience shifted uncomfortably, some chuckling, while others exchanged looks of disbelief. Fallon, trying to brush past the moment, went along with the correction. But before Fallon could continue, Harrison Ford, sitting on the couch, waiting for his segment, leaned forward, shook his head, and delivered the line that would set the internet on fire. "Kid, you're in America. We don't do that Royal Highness stuff here." The crowd erupted in applause, cheering Ford's blunt dismissal. Harry, clearly caught off guard, attempted to recover with a nervous laugh, but Ford wasn't done yet. Sensing the tension, Fallon tried to steer the conversation elsewhere, but Ford, in true Indiana Jones fashion, wasn't going to let the moment slip by. Turning to Harry, he delivered another brutal one-liner. "Didn't you leave all that royal stuff behind? Or is this like some once a prince, always a prince situation?" The audience roared with laughter, while Harry awkwardly adjusted his suit, clearly flustered. Fallon, visibly struggling to maintain control of the interview, attempted to mediate. "Well, I mean, Harry, Prince Harry, has done a lot of great things outside of the royal family, right? Like Invictus Games, his work with veterans." But Ford wasn't backing down. With a smirk, he looked at Harry and quipped, "That's great and all, but let's be real, if you wanted to keep the title, you should have stayed in the castle." The crowd went wild, and Fallon, now barely holding back laughter, quickly moved on to another segment before things got even more awkward. Within minutes, clips of the brutal exchange flooded Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Fans, critics, and royal watchers alike had plenty to say about the unexpected late-night showdown. Harrison Ford just destroyed Harry in real time. No script, no warning, just pure savagery. America doesn't do Royal Highness. Thank you, Harrison Ford, for saying what we were all thinking. Harry really thought he could demand to be called His Royal Highness in the country that fought a whole war to not have royalty? LMAO. Ford had no patience for the royal nonsense. Someone put that man on more talk shows. Even Piers Morgan, a longtime critic of Harry and Meghan, weighed in, tweeting, "Harrison Ford, a true Hollywood legend, just did what the entire British public has wanted to do for years. Put Harry in his place. Brilliant." Many were left wondering why Harry, who officially gave up his HRH title in 2020 after stepping down as a senior royal, was suddenly trying to reintroduce himself as His Royal Highness. Some royal commentators suggested that Harry is struggling with his identity outside of the monarchy and is desperate to hold on to any semblance of royal status, especially as his Hollywood career struggles to gain serious traction. "Harry has learned the hard way that being a prince without a palace isn't as powerful as he thought," said one royal expert. "He needs the title to maintain relevance, but the problem is, America doesn't care." While Harry was getting roasted on live television, reports claimed that Meghan Markle was absolutely livid about the incident. Sources close to the Duchess of Sussex revealed that she immediately called Harry after the show, demanding to know why he didn't handle the situation better. Meghan is obsessed with their public image, an insider shared. She feels like Harry embarrassed himself, and by extension, her. She expected him to push back more forcefully, or at least, steer the conversation away from the royal topic. Rumors are now swirling that Meghan may even try to control how future interviews with Harry are conducted to avoid similar humiliations. Back in the UK, royal aides were reportedly amused by the viral moment. A palace source told British tabloids. "It's rather ironic. Harry gave up his royal responsibilities but still expects to be treated as royalty. Unfortunately for him, outside the royal bubble, the world isn't so easily impressed." King Charles and Prince William have remained silent on the controversy, but sources suggest that they are more than happy to let the world see Harry's struggles without the monarchy's support. At this point, the royal family isn't even engaging with these controversies. They don't need to. Harry and Meghan are doing a fine job alienating themselves on their own, the source added. Harrison Ford's brutal clapback may have been hilarious for audiences, but for Prince Harry, it's a sign of a bigger problem: his fading influence. As more Hollywood figures grow tired of royal entitlement, Harry and Meghan may find it increasingly difficult to command the same respect and admiration they once had. One thing is for sure: Harrison Ford just made it crystal clear that in America, titles don't mean anything. And for Prince Harry? Well, maybe it's time to drop the Royal Highness act for good.